I think we're live. How's it going, everyone? How's everyone doing? Yeah, I'll be doing X58 soon, Ducky. Soon I'll be doing X58. So right now I don't have water cooling set up for CPU, just for the GPU. No, not Emma Frost time. We need this page. There we go. I was wondering where you been. I haven't seen you been posting. If you checked, I'm ahead of you now all of a sudden for points. It's like, man, he hasn't posted in a while. I wonder if he's doing all right. Yeah, I'm doing good. I've finally done everything I got to do for in real life. I'll be back to streaming every single day. So yeah, we're back. Hopefully, I can keep it somewhat entertaining for everybody. I'm gonna be trying to do, back to the PC hardware news, going over GPUs, hardware, stuff like that. So we're back. Yeah, hair needs to be cut. Need to cut the hair. It's just it's winter here, so eh. Dave is here. Dave is here. Gabby's on the bed. I don't have her box set up behind, and she'd probably lay there, but she's made herself a home in the bed. She made herself a home in the bed. Oh yeah, the hair's getting long. Yeah, that's just ambient. I've just been doing test runs and figured I'd put them in. How's it going there? Hey Nick, how's it going, man? What are you doing with the 9070? I already know what you're doing with 5090, but what are you doing with 9070? Yeah, just been doing more and more GTX 460 when I have time, and yeah, I've got now basically no over voltage protection on it, no overcurrent protection on it. It's not feedback modded anymore. It's now vSense modded. More caps put onto it for the memory and for the core, which seemed to help quite a bit. What I'm probably going to do this stream is voltage mod the memory, because 1.7 volts, or I can go to 1.7 volts or 1.75 volt ambient, and maybe I'll get a system put together here too, get that done. But yeah, it's just a little lowly 3-phase, and then what I might do is lock all phases, because it is just a 3-phase. I might lock all phases, modify the V droop so there is no V droop, or make it very minimal V droop, and then I'm going to be changing VRM frequency as well. So those are the upcoming plans for this card. Go from like the 330 kilohertz all the way up to probably 650. I can technically do 1 megahertz frequency, but I've been told that it doesn't really matter. It won't matter past 600, 650 roughly. So I'm ready, man. I'm so ready to do chill loop. Sells 1080. You're buying nice. It's up to you. Oh, you're making a Steam box. A Steam box? A Steam box or a Stream box? What's a Steam box? Yeah, we got still some more good plans for this card. Doing some ambient testing on it on water. But I gotta delit it. I have to delit it. It's the only way I'm gonna be able to keep the temperatures down. What is that? What is even that? It's a Bazit box. Bazite box? Bazit box. Bazite? What are you talking about? Oh, nice. Nice. Gotcha, gotcha. Oh. I mean, I guess that works. Not sure why Linux has to be used. Or maybe they just prefer to use Linux to run it. From everything I've seen, Linux is only better at certain things. Okay, gotcha, gotcha. And guess what? 80% of people are into esports. More than 80%. They're all playing esports. They're all playing Fortnite, CS2, what's the other game? Valorant. They're all playing those very easy to play games on whatever. You gotta remember, a lot of people can't afford all these new hardware and that to play these AAA titles. So they're playing esports, and then people like esports too because they're more competitive. AAA games or not, quad A games or whatever. Hey man, I used to do CS2. I used to be really good at it. Oh, so you basically have to reinstall the drivers every single time there's an update. Yeah, those GTX 460 subs you saw, those aren't even my best subs. I got some scores that are 10,000 points higher than others, 5,000 points, 20,000 points higher. It's not good enough. Those are just backup subs if I don't run this card again this year. Just backup subs, and plus I ran a lot of tests stock CPU, which overclock in the 1300K on 3, 4, 6, 8 cores is going to be more beneficial for certain tests. But yeah, I've been quite pleased with this card. Just the only thing is the memory needs more voltage. It needs more voltage so that way I can do stable 2200 or 1100 megahertz on the RAM, the VRAM, and I would like to be able to go a bit higher than that for when I do chilled, because I'll put nice cold air on the chips, and yeah. So that's the goal. Then I got the 9500 GS here. She's all ready to go. More caps as well. I've been doing things when I have time. It's just I haven't had a whole lot of time. Like when I'm just doing runs and that on the GTX 460 and that, I do a little bit more modifications to other graphics cards. I still gotta still run the 3070 Ti for some scores. I gotta do some more global points with the 13900K global points, just or 13900K hardware points. I still gotta rerun the GTX 1080 since I never got to run it chilled yet, and the 2080 Super I gotta do as well. 3070 Ti, there's been a couple of new people that I've seen posting new scores, like Natty. Some pretty good scores he's been posting up on his card. So I'm gonna make sure I run it fairly cool on the air, and I am hoping to get some more records on it. Hoping. Well, that's up to you. Plus, you can always because you're getting more RAM, right? Better RAM. You're gonna be able to beat it anyways next year if you get new RAM. So, or if you don't want to have to beat it next year, you want to just work on newer subs, just to your best this year, and worry about your other subs or worry about other hardware. There you go. 2 new kits, perfect. That would definitely help you out. It'll help you out a lot. I still gotta rerun the i3 2120. I want to run it chilled. For some reason, that CPU runs hot, man. Even at like 1.25 volts, it seems to run hot for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, I have to run it chilled to see if I can get it higher CPU frequency out of it for BCLK, because the memory is actually not bad. My scores are not bad. For PY Prime. Well, I guess PY Prime doesn't really matter for DDR3, but Pi Fast is all right. 7-Zip's pretty good. Super Pi is pretty good, and W Prime's not bad. And then I gotta do Y Cruncher as well, but those are long tests. And then yeah, I gotta do another run, another 2-hour long benchmark with the GTX 460. And then I got some other tests that are 16-hour long benchmarks that I got to do. I would like to do before the end of the year, as I don't want to revisit another 16-hour long benchmark. Yeah, it's good. It's good to have a tote drawer of some sort, and then get yourself some foam. I guess I store a lot of my cards like this, right, which is just bare PCBs. So I like to make sure I put foam, wrap them in foam, or do a graphics card or a layer of graphics cards, foam more graphics cards type deal if I'm storing them for a bit, or just put them up on a shelf. CPUs, I would love to be able to get like something actually like trays for all different variants of CPUs. I love trays. Like the box here that's full of Xeons. It's like 80 plus Xeons in there. Still gotta go through a bunch. See what ones are decent. I already got a bunch of decent ones out for benching on for when I gotta do it. Yeah, the degradation test is odd though. Did you ever reinstall the drivers, CPU drivers on your system, see if it was working? Because again, that just happens. It can just happen. Especially if you're using a weird OS like you are. You did, and it's working all right. Ah, yeah, reinstall Windows. Oh, oh. Yeah, I gotta make a Windows 11 actually up for running 2 benchmarks. Ooh, nice license copy is always good to have. Yeah, Windows 11 on new hardware for 2 different benchmarks, I believe, is gonna be more beneficial. Light, stop flickering. But yeah, I got data sheet already pulled up for doing this memory mod. Yeah, do Windows 7. Windows XP, you need SP3. It has to have the certain update onto it. It's basically Windows 7. It's literally basically Windows 7. You found stripping tools? Well, you gotta be careful what you're stripping off, but aren't you on the Hardware Bot Discord? If you go to Hardware Bot Discord, people already have custom OS you can just use, and then start off from there and modify it yourself a bit more. If you just want to do it the lazy way, a lot of people do. They already have everything stripped out that they should and have added on drivers for newer boards. The early builds is what you want. I have a Windows key, or Windows key, a Windows USB key that I use, Windows 10 Pro that I use for all my systems generally, and I just go off of that. I make sure it can't get any updates, and then I start stripping it down from that. Fine, it's the best one to use. Yeah, there's no need to have those going. Best thing you can do is literally have like nothing running but the actual whatever you're doing. How do you think people get these crazy memory frequencies too, right? They make sure there's literally no like Windows Explorer or anything, like it's fully stripped down to where it can just open up CPU-Z, and that's how they get their best scores. Like nothing but CPU-Z almost. Something that makes the mouse work and keyboard work. Something for, you know, your drivers. That's it. That's about it. Okay, so we're gonna go over some subs. Is that the right page? Yes, it is. It is the right page. Yeah, giving away your secrets. Nah, so many things have been tried before, right? Okay, so that, yep. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, oh, oh. There we go. There we go. So some scores I've done. There's so many that I've done just real quick with the GTX 460. Big Block has an insane card, man. I don't care it's even on LN2. Like I don't it 1.45 and he can get it up to 1.5 gigahertz is wild. It's actually wild. Crazy card, crazy good card he has. Yeah, I got a decent cloud gate for just a quick runner. Not even overclocked CPU, stock CPU. Stock CPU, only did 985 on the GPU. I'll be rerunning it at 1.1 gigahertz or higher. If I can get chilled enough, I could probably do more 1.1. Best I could do right now for testing I did the other night on ambient is about 1.1 gigahertz, which is pretty good. Quite happy with it. Yeah, so Fire Strike, I already redone it as well. Did a lot better than 3425, so I'll be redoing that, hoping to get a top 10 at least. For the GPU score I got first, easily beatable, especially if it was done by Big Block. His it's like 5,000. Oops, it's like 5,000 points or something like that. Like it's his his GTX 460 is insane. Yeah, 5,453 is wild. He just never subbed it for some reason. He should have. As yeah, he no one's gonna be able to beat that basically. I still gotta do Fire Strike Extreme. I did it before, but the score was terrible. Like, absolutely terrible. So I just didn't redo it and never subbed it in. Same thing with Fire Strike Ultra. Ice Storm, I already did retesting. Ambient without all the full mods. I did 203,000. I should be able to get first place in Ice Storm and Ice Storm Extreme. Ice Storm Unlimited, I would have to download it in. Not worth my time, but maybe I should do that. Night Raid, not really worth my time. Plus, I'm pretty sure he tractor ran at like 6.2. Yeah, 6.2 on his 13900 KS. So I don't know if I can do that. Big Block again, just insane with his. This one was 1.5, I think. No, 1.45. Just insane with his graphics card. Time Spy, yeah, I did it. Score wasn't first place, so I didn't put it in. I will be redoing it to get first place. And yeah, I'll have to rerun it because I did like 513 or 529 or something like that. It wasn't first place, so I just said, nah, I'll rerun it to get a first place. Moon Man actually did pretty good for this 3D Mark 99. Aquamark, I got a 500,000 score, if not 451. I got 500,000 score. It's just I want to do better than that, so I'll rerun it basically. Aquamark, you can run stock GPU almost. Like I'm pretty sure Team Australia here did do stock. Yeah, he did. They did stock. It's all CPU based. It's literally CPU based. They ran 950 on the GPU. Ooh, they went hard on that GPU. But no, it's all CPU based for Aquamark, 3D Mark 2001 SE, 3D Mark 03, 05, 06 is eh. It does still take CPU power too, but it utilizes a bit more GPU. But I got a 500,000. Just I want higher. I want 10th place at least. I want to be like just under the LN2 scores here, which is gonna be hard to do because they're high on the frequency, 6.5 gigahertz on theirs for water or chilled. 3 Mark 2001 SE, I got about 160,000 marks, but not good enough. I want higher. 154, I have one saved, 158, and then I did a 160, never saved it because there's no point. I want at least, I want 160, 170-ish. I want to be up high, like top 5. It's my goal for that one. I'll just have to run it chilled because I can't get the CPU cold enough to do high frequency, so I'll have to redo that one. 03, I got better scores, over 80,000. Just not as high as I wanted, so I never resubbed them. Vantage Performance, I did over, was it 28,000 or 30,000? I have it saved somewhere. I'll have to check it. Yo, it's Joe. Sorry, man, I'm talking away. Not even checking the chat. My bad. Yeah, I got a score somewhere saved for Mark Vantage. It's around 30,000. I think it's around 30,000. Which is decent. It's just I'm pretty sure I can get higher. Because again, I have to rerun these all chilled. I have only done these ambient so far. And then I'm hoping to do chilled and absolutely crush these scores. Well, that's the goal. I thought for sure, because I'm running my card on PCIe Gen 1, that these scores wouldn't be that great. You can get decent scores with PCIe Gen 1 on this card. Pair it up with a decent CPU, and then just have a better overclock than most people, and it does work just fine. But there is one test I have to do, and for some reason I can't get Unigine Heaven working with this card. I have no clue why. I am quite confused on why I can't get Unigine Heaven working. I am very confused. I've tried everything I can think of to try to get working. I've redid everything and still give me a video error. And then yeah, I did one long 2-hour long benchmark almost for first place. It can be easily beaten though, if someone wants to. Like, it really is not that difficult. Just a long bench. But yeah, Aquamark, I got way better subs for it already, saved and done better subs, or have better scores. Same thing with 3D Mark 2001 SE. 3D Mark 11 have not better. That one's my best one that I did, and I just didn't feel like redoing it. 3D Mark 11 entry, I just did a quick sub and was 10th place. I mean, that's I guess. 31st 3D Mark 06, I'm pretty sure I did a round of 40,000. But I subbed that one for now. 3D Mark 05, 13th place with 69,000. I think that was my best one so far. I did an over 80,000 point for 3D Mark 03. It's not good enough, so I mean, no point of submitting it if I'm going to be redoing this anyways. So I just left these as what I have for now. There are a bunch that I have to do anyways, like Firestark Extreme, Ultra, Night Raid, Skydiver, Time Spy, you know, all the fun ones. Time Spy literally gets like 1 to 20 frames per second, so it's not a fun one to look at. So I'll do that off stream. Maybe I'll do some of them streaming it. So yeah, I'm wondering if it's a monitor thing, as in you got to use a different kind of monitor instead of a newer monitor, use an older monitor. That's why a lot of actually like top pros just use old monitors, because there's less issues on them. Why do some people use Windows Server for? It's just better. Windows servers are better. That's why some competitions they will ban Windows Server OS. I have a Windows 2008, Windows Server 2008. I just haven't used it. It is better. Windows servers are better. They're just a lot less on it. A lot less on it. It's better than Pro version. It's the best you can do. Better than Workstation. It's exactly, yeah. It's free of the consumer BS. Yep, exactly. Exactly. It's literally like it's clean as you can get basically, and then you can modify it a bit more, strip out more, right? Yeah, having might be a monitor thing for certain cards. I've even tried doing custom resolutions, and that still doesn't work. Redo drivers, tried 6 different drivers, doesn't work. Which sucks, because that's another one that can give me good points. Like, decent points. Because I do about 1.1 gig. I can do 1.1 right now. In basic, 1.1. Yeah, it would give me some decent points. 1.1. Yeah, everything for up here is around 1.1. I'm hoping to be able to do 1.2 gigahertz with this card on chilled. I'm probably going to have to delit it though. I'll do testing beforehand, see if I have to delit. I don't want to. It's just a pain in the butt to delit them. And with the water block that I have, it works pretty good. It's just having that extra material and crappy thermal paste they used doesn't make it great. Temps go up about 10 to 15 degrees Celsius difference from beginning to end of benchmark. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it is a lot. Since I've done testing with like 1080 Ti at over 500 watts with the same block direct die, and it changes maybe 7 degrees difference. This card's not pulling that amount of power. It's just not pulling that amount of power. But yeah, the next mod, which I'm probably gonna do this stream here. I'll show off what I've done so far. I redid the divider, the resistance divider onto it for ILIM and for ROSC, ROSC, RSOC. Wow. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm tired. I'm not tired. I actually got way too much sleep today. It's actually quite nice. I don't know. A lot of things just great going on right now. Got a whole bunch of stuff done that I needed to, so I got good sleep. Got real good sleep. Okay, so I'll get things set up here. I'll get things set up. Let's see how well this is gonna work. Preset. And that's not bad. Kind of put everything back in the right position here. Somewhat. All right. All right. So, yeah. I'll get this set up a bit better for everyone to see a bit better here. Give me a minute. Make things look good. Yeah, since I'm gonna be streaming every single day again for a long time, I'm gonna get things set up so that way I can make my streams look real good again. Move those caps. Move Dave. We gotta move Dave. We gotta move Dave. I need to make myself a coffee is what I need. I need a coffee, guys. Just give me a minute. Alright. I should be able to put this here. Little Neil Young. Little Neil Young. Get out. This, we got some light. Hey, hey, oh yeah, here we go. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Okay. So I'm gonna melt the table a bit. Oops. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, so it's kind of hard to see. Kind of hard to see. So this wire here moves all the way over to the trim pot. All right, it's a 500 ohm trim pot that's been put down to like, it's probably around 25 ohm right now. No, it's around 50 ohm right now. I'll have to recheck it, but that trim pot goes to voltage sense, not feedback. This is voltage sense plus. Some people, I guess, do voltage sense plus and minus linked together type of deal. I find it wasn't working with this card for some reason. Voltage sense plus does work, so have that set. For resistant divider here that I did, kind of hard to tell what I did because I did pretty good. I redid resistors to the ILIM, which changes technically somewhat of the frequency apparently on reference boards. It does not. It only changes to the actual overcurrent protection on this card, which is nice. This is the NCP 5388. You can look at the data sheet for this, and it's actually not that bad of a chip, but also it sucks because, yeah, you have to modify ROSC right here, ROSC, and you also have to modify the ILIM as well. So you have to modify that, and to modify that, all I did was trace back to two pads that look like these pads here, these copper pads. I see like these copper pads right here, right there, like those copper pads, and I just added solder to those pads that go from both of those pins that go right there, and I just added solder and a piece of wire and connected those two ends together. And if you read the data sheet, by doing that, by adding this, just linking them together, it's basically just making sure that there's no overcurrent protection. It completely disables overcurrent protection. So I did that just to rule out that what I was hitting was not overcurrent protection, because the next step was going to be over voltage protection, and for certain chips it's an actual pain. So I asked around EVGA berries. Again, they get EVGA berries for let me know about the voltage sense that it could work on this card, because I was wondering if it would work. Again, the way that he's told me about it did not work, but it putting it just a voltage sense plus worked. Voltage sense minus, it doesn't matter if you do voltage sense minus as well. It wasn't working. It just did not work for me. So I just did voltage sense plus. Seems to be just fine. I can go all the way up to 1.4 volts, no problem on this card. Did testing at 1.2 volts. Again, because it has no overcurrent protection now, you do have to be careful what you're doing. For doing this mod as well, voltage sense and not feedback, you got to worry about your trim pot. So voltage sense, and EVGA berries was telling me that the trim pot can get warm depending on the trim pot. These little blue ones, they do get warm. All right, so doing the voltage sense mod is because voltage is going up into the actual trim. All right, so it will warm up this trim pot, and it does. It warms up. It doesn't get hot though. There's no worries of it getting hot. It just gets warm, and I mean warm as in 15-degree ambient temperature with cold fingers touching it. It was like barely warm. Okay, so probably around 18-20 degrees Celsius, and that's just warm. It's not hot at all. So it's not a worry. Wasn't a worry, and since I'm gonna be doing chilled anyways, when I start cranking more voltage into it, it will stay nice and cool because I'll have good blowing air onto that as well. So there's no issue there. So voltage sense is a tough one. Plus, I didn't do it. I didn't do a safety factor onto it. You add on a resistor, so you're just going to take the voltage sense take a measurement with the ohm resistance onto the voltage sense, and then you're just gonna multiply that by like anywhere from 8 to 15. So a lot of people do multiply it by 10, but 8 to 15 works fine. And then a lot of people just multiply it by 10, and then that way you can just attach it a resistor to your wiper to that, and that will limit the actual voltage, or the voltage. Yeah, well, it'll give you a safety. It's just a safety for voltage, so that way you don't overvolt the CPU to like 2 volts all of a sudden or more. I did not. I'm monitoring the voltage as I go and just leave it at certain voltage anyways. I'll just be doing tests at like 1.35, 1.4 volts. Probably is going to be my max voltage that I'll use anyways on this card. Chilled, and that's it. So once I have it set, it's set, and I don't really have to worry about it, and I'll be monitoring the voltage anyways. So I thought this chip here was going to be for memory. It's not even for memory. It's for, I'm pretty sure, video. It's like a video input, data input of some sort for video. It's not for anything that I need. For the memory, we got an ANPEC controller, actually. And where'd it go? Right here. We got an ANPEC controller here. Not this controller. This controller is for VRM. This ANPEC controller up here is what I need to do. And then, yeah, you got a BIOS. And they're all 8-pin. They're all 8 feet. So your BIOS, this is an 8-pin. For VRM, it's also for 8-pin. For memory, it's also 8-pin. So I had to check both of these as well. This one's here is for VRM, and this one up here is for memory. And then I can do a feedback on that and give myself more voltage without issues on this little controller, which is kind of nice. I'm going to be modifying like I said, I'm going to be modifying the VRM MOSFETs specifically. I've already modified with capacitors on VRM anyways. I'm going to be modifying the MOSFETs on this card, and more or less what I'm going to do is lock all 3-phase together, or lock 2-phase, but it goes to 2-phase anyways. But I'm going to lock all 3-phase. See if that helps. And I'm also going to raise the switching frequency onto the MOSFETs. Probably about 600 kilohertz is what I'm thinking of doing. Or hertz. I was thinking about maybe doing 1 megahertz, because the controller can handle it. The actual controller, the NCP5388 controller, can actually handle up to 1 megahertz switching frequency, so that's good. Yeah, all other things I did, like I said, I added on extra caps, that were bare, just added them on. Surface mount caps, more caps on memory, more caps for VRM, MLCC caps as well. That's probably all I'm going to need on this card, is all these extra caps that I put onto it. I'm not going to really add on anything else. Just by adding on those caps, this card runs 16 degrees Celsius cooler. Yeah, 16 degrees Celsius cooler just by doing a cap mod, which is wild. And yeah, so that's it. No, I didn't. Art, shut the. So yeah, these are not surface mount. I thought these were surface mount capacitors at first. No, they're not. They're pass through caps, which is nice. I don't like surface mount, but so these are not surface mount. It's just they're 2.5 volt. I wish they were higher, and I put 16 volt to them. Added 16 volt caps to them. That's about it. That's all I've done with this card so far, is the voltage sense. No overcurrent protection. There's now no overvoltage protection on this card. More caps. And yeah, this card should be pretty good. And yeah, I did the caps a certain way. all these MLCC caps here, they all look identical, but they're not. From going from over to the VRM with all these caps added on, they're not. These are bigger microfarad caps, and at the core, they're smaller, and they're smaller just due to the fact it's better for higher frequency style. And since we're closer to the core, I want a nice high frequency, and it seems to work very well. No, did not upgrade the RAM up to 32 gigabytes. You can't upgrade these. I don't believe you can upgrade these cards for memory. To be honest. I mean, the only way you'd be able to do it is if it has front side and back side for memory, and it doesn't have back side, so it can't add anything onto it. That'd be awesome, though, if you could actually upgrade the memory to it. Make it from a 1 gig to a 2 gig at least. That would help. That would help for some benches like Firestrike, Time Spy. Because it is a 1 gig, it is limited. Firestrike just barely runs Firestrike. Time Spy does not technically have enough memory, VRAM, but it does work. It does. Could add more caps down here as well. More MLCC caps as well. Could do that on each phase. I just don't think there's going to be much of a difference from everything I've already done. I've taken my time with this card for adding caps on, doing testing, adding on more caps, doing more testing, and yeah, pretty sure it's basically at the limit. It's at the limit for all the extra caps. You start adding more caps onto it, you're gonna see downsides. It's gonna get worse if you add too many caps. So I don't want to do that. I'm pretty sure we're good to go. But yeah, for the memory voltage mod, we're gonna have to do that. And for that, I'll show you. I think I got the page here. Yep, I got the page here. So we got the page here. So we got the page here. This is it. EPW 7165. Controllers, the datasheet for it. And we just need to worry about the feedback, which is pin 6. That's it. That's all we got to worry about. Very simple. This is the applications. Graphics cards, DSL, switch hub, wireless LAN, notebook computer, motherboard, LCD monitor dash TV. It does have undervoltage protection, adjustable overcurrent protection threshold, sensing the R, DS on low side MOSFET, overvoltage protection, undervoltage, yeah, simple SOP 8 package, lead free, blah blah blah. What is our Feedback input a converter. Converter sends feedback voltage via feedback and regulates the feedback voltage at 0.8 volt. Connecting feedback resistor divider from the output sets the output voltage of the converter. So it's 0.8 volts. Whatever resistance is on to it would make it up to the 1.585 volts that it currently is now. Not sure what it would take. Technically, I could just add change the resistor divider for it and just up the voltage that way instead of doing feedback, but feedback's just more control. One-time deal type thing, so you don't have to keep adding more voltage. Although just 1.7, 1.75 volts for ambiances could be fine. I might want 1.8 volts for when I do chilled though, so I'll probably just go up to 1.8 volts. We'll see how well it actually scales. This is Hynix AFR. Not the greatest chips. For composite regulation loop control, with the feedback pin, pull comp low, V disable equals 0.6 volt typical, will shut down the controller. So you go below 0.6 volt, it will shut it down. When pulling the device down, release the comp pin, it will start to rise. When the comp pin rises above V disable trip point, the AWP will begin to initialize and soft start cycle. A new initialization. What is the... I wonder what my max voltage will be. It'll probably be more like the over voltage or over current protection. I think it's not going to be that bad. This is just for waveform. Don't really care for that, to be honest. I don't. Not something I really need to worry about. And the sequence of how stuff works for it. Under voltage comparator and over voltage comparator. And it goes to the gate control, IZP. Soft start logic for under voltage, just to make sure it's not going below 0.6 volts. And then here's our voltage reference, which is again, like I said before, 0.8 volts with, and then it can go to some sort of resistor divider or resistance of some sort to give it a higher voltage from the from that. And then the soft start and error amplifier soft start, and that will be going over to PWM comparator, oscillator, blah blah blah, 0.6 volts, 0.6 volts in up for high, 0.6 volts and lower for disable, for low. So high and low, 1 and a 0. Feedback, we'll be modifying the feedback, which shouldn't, it's going to be higher. It's always going to be higher than our 0.6 volts. And we're going to be changing, like I said, the voltage reference technically with the feedback to the air amplifier. We don't have to worry about any of that. So the air amplifier is just to make sure the card actually goes into boot. Soft starts just to make sure it's getting the voltage, the reference voltage, and that. So, and soft start can be affected by over voltage protection and under voltage protection. Under voltage protection is UVP, over voltage protection is OVP, and that can actually affect soft start. And soft start is to make sure it is getting the proper voltages, not too high, not too low voltages, so that way it can do an air amplifier, so that way it can go to basically just loads in your BIOS. If it's not proper, it won't load into BIOS and it won't give voltage. To improve your CPU performance for your, what, 10700T, is that the one you're talking about? The only way you can do that is just, I don't know why you increase the voltage. You should lower the voltage, get the CPU as cold as possible, because that's all you can do. Just get colder CPU to give you more score. It'll just help your CPU efficiency. It's part of how you can do CPU efficiency. There's multiple ways to do efficiency. to increase score. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good that way. And again, go to here. We want pin 6 for feedback. You shouldn't have to worry about comp at all. Shouldn't. Shouldn't. But yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Slap some butter on. How's it going, Gary? So yeah, if you pin 6, let me just make sure, because that's top, right? Yeah, top. And then bottom would be, let's see what we got here. Bottom like that. We can see. Actually, I can just move the camera. What am I doing? Over here. Oh, over here. Can we see it? Oh, no. Yep. Yeah, we can right there. And I'll do this. There we go. Boom. It's kind of backwards for use. But we got it. We got it. Then I can do a little bit of a... Zoom in a bit more for everybody. We can all see that better. There you go. There it is. There she be. Okay, so as we're looking before, for me, because I'm looking at from the bottom side here, it's going to be a pin 3. So it'll be... If I cut... I'm looking at the screen. This is very difficult. That pin right there. That's the pin. Oh, I mean... That's the pin right there we got to do. That's our full feedback. Alright, pretty easy to do. Have not done a VRM cooling on this yet. Some sort of VRM cooling for it. I have to do that. So yeah, this phase here, this one here, these phase MOSFETs for memory. These ones down here. These ones down here for these 3-phase goes to core. Yeah, that's what we gotta do. That's what we gotta do for doing that. And then I gotta still check on how to properly change either a resistance divider for the actual... So I'm pretty sure it does have some sort of resistance divider onto it to change the switching frequency for the MOSFETs for the VRM for the core. Memory is not going to matter at all. I don't even think we can. But yeah, to change that, it's actually going to be on the NCP controller for switching frequency. And we'll do that. And then we'll figure out how I can lock all 3 phases. It's just a generally resistance divider to it that you can change to give it more voltage or less voltage to change the actual how it does the phases. You can lock all phases by giving it like 2 volts basically like that to a certain pin. And then you can also do the same thing, change resistance divider generally on like V droop, change the actual V droop to a different voltage, and it'll lock it to a high on, 3-phase, 2-phase, or 1-phase. I want to make sure I lock it. So it's generally just max voltage of what it wants. Generally around 1.6 to 2 volts is generally around where it's going to need to be. I have to check that data sheet again for the NCP 5388 controller just to make sure. Another thing I have to worry about is whether or not these MOSFETs, which I'm pretty sure these MOSFETs will be just fine to do about 600 kilohertz. The actual switching frequency for it. See, because right now they're about 330 kilohertz, not megahertz. But we'll see how far I can actually put them up. If they're rated for like 1 megahertz, then yeah, perfect. Rated for 1 megahertz or higher. They're generally rated for around 1 megahertz or 1.2. That's about max what they generally can do. But Exabear is telling me that 600 is around what you're gonna want to do for max for these. Anyways, past that, you're not gonna see any difference. So I probably will just go to about 600, 650. We'll see. So I'll have to do that as well. Just suck that this card is a 3-phase. In a way, I mean the card works good. Card works really good. Just 3-phase is just rough. Yep, that's pretty good. And yeah, we'll get into modifying that pin. So yeah, one thing we're gonna need to do. So I'll show the card here. Give me 1 sec. And we just need to touch some sort of ground point, so. That's generally, yeah. 0.647 times that by, heck, 28, 30, 25. 25 would work actually just fine. And times by 25, 16, so 20 kilo ohms resistor. We got one of those. That's a little high. We got 20 around here though. I could. Yep, there we go. Should be a 20. 1 sec. That's one side. That's the other 20. Perfect. More than enough. So there's our trim pot that we got. And that's all we need to do for that. Pretty simple. And yeah, for these here, you can just, because it's always going to be, some people don't know this. So you got your trim pot. You got your wiper in the middle. So you got your wiper in the middle there. And then you got your grounds on the sides. Ground, wiper. Wiper always goes to your feedback voltage, whatever you want to do. And the ground's always going to go to a ground point on the graphics card. Since you're only going to use 2 points though, that's just to A, move or remove the 1. Since I will only be using these trim pots for doing voltage mods, simply just wiggle it. There we go. Now we got 2 pins. Now I don't have to worry about doing anything with the other pin. There we go. Doesn't matter which side you want to take off either. Now, gonna have to grab my screwdriver because I didn't bring it over. So I'm gonna have to grab my screwdriver for this and make sure it's all the way up. Yo, how's it going, man? How's it going? And I'm gonna have to find a decent location for this. It's gonna be way over here. But I'm gonna have to probably put it over here. So I mean that's a long distance. I don't wanna have to do that. I could put it here. Just change the ground somewhere else. Acer card. Acer? It's EVGA. It's a reference style PCB, but slightly custom. For what? What 2060 Super? Oh. I still think the 2060 Super is a not bad card. Yeah, wouldn't be bad. Wouldn't be bad with an older CPU, but I mean, you're only gonna get so many frames, right? Because Battlefield 6 does take. I mean, if the Battlefield 6 can utilize more CPU cores, but better GPU, better CPU, more RAM, it will. Doesn't mean you won't have a bad experience with other cards, other CPUs. That's why they have so many different ways to change stuff up. Yeah, no, probably not. Probably not bad though. I mean, it probably wasn't terrible, right? So we're gonna have to take a line. Now, do I have a wire that's gonna be long enough? Cause that's gonna be a stupid spot. Like, why is it gotta be there? Or should I just put it on top of that? I mean, I could just put it on top of this one. I could just put it on top of that. Not a big deal for me to do. the one, yeah, basically the 1 gigahertz. Like I said, my goal is like 1.2 gigahertz with this card. I could do 1.1 on ambient, so that's actually pretty good. The mods helped a lot. I mean, this card before was not. It was barely doing 825 megahertz on the core. Now we're doing 1.1. Some tests I was doing because again, ambient 1.185 gigahertz, but no, not 1.1, 1.085 gigahertz. Close to 1.1. Alright, just give me 1 minute here and we'll get some stuff all set up. So I have to warm up the soldering iron here. There we go. I forgot to turn it on, so it doesn't take long to warm up. And we'll get that done. Not sure what else I should do for mods. V-Droop. I don't know how much V-Droop's going to help me on this. I know switching frequency, VRM's switching frequency will help. And I know lock in the phase count will definitely help as well. Since it's just a 3-phase. Now I'm just going to lock it to all 3 phase. Should help. Alright, we're warmed up, ready to go. Still, where that put? Let's get it all the way over there. I gotta go from here. It's the easiest spot that I can actually put it. Just in case I do decide to add more caps to the memory. Add some 06, 08 MLCCs. If I feel like doing that. And the distance away from it really isn't an issue. So we'll do that. Oh, I have to grab a screwdriver. I forgot. I need to put that all the way over. Put that up. And hot glue gun. Uh, 970 MSI again. Nice. Hot glue gun. Takes its sweet time to warm up. 10 FPS, perfect. I mean, that's not bad for time site extreme. Oh yeah, this card here does like 1 to up some spots 20 FPS in Fire Strike Extreme. Not great. Yeah. Yeah, this is GTX 460. GTX 460 Titan Ultra FX Gold. I basically call that now. Yep. I'll be doing probably some benchmarks on some games with this card. See what I can get to work with. It's DirectX 11, so. I think we're warmed up enough. And that's all we need. Just like that. And I let that cool. That little blob. I'll just peel it away from the side. Clean it up. Clean it up, make it look good. Okay, now we gotta go from there all the way over to there. Let's do yellow for the memory. I think I got Battlefield 3. Not 100% sure. Pretty sure I do. Pretty sure I do. And we just need a little bit of this lovely flux. A little bit of flux on here too. Clean the tip. And where'd I put my solder? There it is. All right, so we got that attached. Now we're gonna have to go. Oh, I should have put that on the other side. Son of a. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. What I can do. Push this end down. There we go. And then we can go under. We'll go underneath all that here. We'll go up. We'll go over. I mean, we're really far away, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Like that. And I just want to strip a little bit off the end of this one. Not much. Said not much. What happened? Yeah, we took too much off. It's alright. I'll solder this end up, trim it. Trim it. There we go. Make sure I got enough solder on it. There we go. Hopefully I left enough to go through that hole. Yep. There we go. Make sure everybody can see. We can see. Good. We just need to go to that pin there like that. So, do it so that way I can do this a little bit easier for me. How am I gonna do this? Because this is such an awkward way to do it. That's fine. Might want some flux on that. Making sure it looks good. Does actually look pretty good. Let's clean up some of that thermal or the flux. Oh, thank you there, Daniel. Actually, all you really need to do is just do a BIOS change. You can just actually, the easiest way to do RX 580s, RX 480s, any Polaris card is actually a mining BIOS. One of the, it's a really good BIOS you can do. That's all you need. You don't have to go nuts with it. Thanks there, Daniel. Yeah, there we go. We're attached to that pin there now. Soldered on. Yeah, the Polaris cards are super easy to mod. Just BIOS mod them with ATI flash. Or, like I said, there's a mining software that you can use. I have to figure out what mining software exactly it is. It's already got it pre-built into the system. So easy to modify them. But yeah, there we go. Goes through. Looks really good. The hole here, make sure there's like no tension basically on this. It helps that. So there's no tension, which is good. I gotta add a black wire to this side. So you gotta take it off here. Oh, that's squeaky. Then we'll just add this wire to there. And I'm just gonna attach it all the way over to here for a ground point. Very simple. Actually, I'll add some flux to that. Make it a little bit easier for me. There we go. Pretty easy. And like I said, I'm just going to attach it all the way over to this point here. So that's what I got to do there. Just grab my snippy snips. No, not everywhere around the edge. So your general guarantee ground points are going to be your screw through holes. These are all ground points. For your caps that you can see where there's a plus, that is not a ground. That's always going to be your voltage out. Your ground is always going to be on the other side or on your normal caps, your can caps here. Your side that has the red is going to, red, blue, whatever side's coated, like color coded, that's going to be your ground. I added these ones on, but if you look, red, these are all reds. These are all ground points. You would think that's voltage. It's not on caps, like these caps here. And then you got other caps too. I'll grab another card here. Like this card here. How we have this style of a cap, right? Where it does not, it's not a full cap. It's the way it's designed. You got these right here. A stripe with, it's either gonna have like a little zero, or it might have some marks onto it. That's gonna be the same thing, your ground. And then your other side is going to be positive. And then your MLCC caps. Your MLCC caps are non-polar, so you can put them on anyway. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. That's one thing that a lot of people would mess up. They would think that that would be for your voltage. It's not. Your power out. It's not. It's always going to be your ground. And you can check data sheets for all of it as well to check to see how, if your caps that you're using are going to be low ESR. Depends on, like, generally they're all around the same kind of spec wise. Some of them have better lower ESR value onto it as well. But then, like, your capacitance, your microfarads is going to be different. So you have like 270s, 330s, and it goes up and up and up, like 1500, 1000s and all that. Those there can also change your actual, what you want to actually use it for. The lower the actual capacitance, even though these are 16 volt, the lower the capacitance, these are 270s. Lower would be a little bit nicer for certain applications, like if we're getting closer to the core, for frequency wise, because the lower the capacitance is generally going to help for higher frequency, whatever you're going to use it for higher frequencies. Bigger capacitance, as in higher microfarads, it's going to be better for like where the frequency isn't going to matter as much. And then if you're going to do it like that, and then since there's going to be more caps going over to the core and that anyways, you can do it in like a sequence. So a bigger cap from like power in, like what they use here, bigger. These are 16 volt 270s, kind of like what I did over here. I put 16 volt 270s. It's just these are a larger style cap than these ones here, and depending on how much you want to spend, right? Like these smaller caps are nicer for like the 270s because you can put a bunch in a low area and then increase the actual capacitance, but not degrade the frequency like these bigger style caps, because you can't put as many in one place, right? Footprint, they just take up bigger footprints. And now these are Panasonics. So these are Panasonic low ESR 270 16 volts. Same thing with these 2.5s. These are all Panasonics. And these ones here actually have the FP, which actually will help you figure out if they are or not. And then, yeah, look for low microfarad caps that are small. So that way you can put more in a single footprint. If I wanted to, I can put more onto the other side, increase the capacitance. Probably isn't going to do anything, not going to change anything for me, so I'm not going to. And then for core, since it's more of a, it's closer to the core, you want as fast of a frequency response from the actual caps, MLCC caps. Again, these are all added on as well. MLCC caps on the sides here, all added on. Those have a fairly quick response time anyways, and these are all 4.7 microfarad caps anyways, so they have a really good quick response time. Same thing with the extra caps that added on as well. They're low microfarad caps, not like these 470s that they have on it. These are just 100 microfarad caps, or 270s. Sorry, these are 270s, or 227s microfarad caps. And they have really quick response time since they are closer to the core. So the closer to the core, closer to the actual whatever you're going to be modifying or wanting to have the best frequency response time for voltages, you want to lower it as you go down the line from power in to whatever switching frequency controller you have, like VRMs, right, to the core. It will actually help better than just having big cap, big cap, big cap, big cap, because that will just give you terrible, terrible response times, and it can make it so you crash more. For also another good way to do it for testing on the actual ground points is because again your ground points are always going to be your through holes. Your through holes are always going to be ground points. Okay, so you can put a multimeter, right? So we have multimeter, put to resistance, and you're always going to check your resistance together. It should be about 0.4, 0.8, whatever it's going to read. 0.3, there we go. That's how you know that these 2 points are grounded, basically, right? So if you're going to put this to your through hole, and now since I already know about where I'm putting this, and I already know what this point is, so this point that I'm going to attach to is just a holding point for the DVI. Okay, that's all it is. It just holds it's a really good ground point. It's also a really good point and strong hold for the DVI port for when they solder it through. They want a couple of good sturdy points to solder through the whole PCB nice and strong, so that way this DVI does not move, because again you're gonna attach it to it and then you're gonna like screw it in, so you gotta want that nice and strong, right? You want nice and strong. So that's all it is. These are just through holes that are gonna be grounded, and you can test it by doing this, and it should be about 0.4, and it should, if you just hold it long enough, 0.3. That's how you know it's grounded. Good way to test it. Now, how do you know it's going to be a positive? Well, we can just go to a spot. So that side's ground. This side, as you see, has, if it stops moving around, a high ohm, 86.8 ohms. That's how you know that that's a positive end, because it's a high ohms. If it's about 1 ohm or lower, generally 1 ohm and lower, that's going to be a ground generally. Now let's say you're like measuring like voltage rails or something like that. There could be voltage rails where it has a low ohm, but it'll never be that low. It'll be like 2.7 ohm, 3 ohm, 4 ohm, 5 ohm. It'll never be a ground point resistance, which will read, like I said, 0.4, 0.3. Right off the bat, I might read 0.5, but if you hold long enough, 0.3. And that's how you know. 0.4, hold long enough, it'll go down to 0.3. Okay? That's just a way to show. And now, what I've noticed too on this PCB by just looking at it a whole bunch of times is these caps here. So this cap actually goes right to this ground point, this massive ground point, which is really good. Like that's the design on this for how old this card is actually pretty good, especially for just a 3-phase, a lowly card, right? Like it's not even a top tier EVGA card. This is just a reference design. It's not technically straight off of reference cards. It's a reference design for EVGA though. It is slightly custom though, but it's reference design. Is these caps go to the ground points. So this one goes to there. This one here goes to ground. This one also goes to ground. This one here also goes to ground. They just go to ground. I'm not even showing it. So this end goes to ground. This end goes to this big ground point. This one goes to this big ground point. This one goes to this big ground point. It's great having a really good grounding spot for your caps or the If you're adding on extra power source of your own to a card, having a really good big power. This is not the best way to do it, by the way. This is not the best way to add power to a card. It works, though, okay? It works. And since I added to these caps for the 12 volt extra 12 volt power source for this card, since I added to these 12 volt caps that have to go through other means, it works. Plus it's going to a big cap, big 16 volt cap, and 2 smaller 16 volt caps to help. It's more or less just to help the frequency, the speed in which it actually sends off. But yeah, good ground point though. So I soldered good amount of ground from the 6 pin, all the ground points. I took out the voltage sense pin. You have to. All right. That's one thing a lot of people might not realize. It's also probably why they use a 12 volt Molex, is if you're not taking out the actual sense pin, bad. Shame on you. You'll blow something up. Don't do that. Get rid of the voltage sense pin. Just make sure you have the 12 volt and a good ground point. Good ground point again to the DVI. Good ground point. Nice ground point. What would be better is if I actually got away some of this masking and made a really big ground point and then put each wire to that whole point. That would be even better. And then this 12 volt source here, this 12 volt source, instead of going from that, I would go to a 12 volt shunt from the PCIe lane, right? I would just solder it to right here. I don't want to do that. I don't have to have the 12 volt go up. Well, technically what I could do is get rid of these wires here, lengthen these wires, go up and around this point here, go up and around all the way over to this. It's a low ohms resistor. That's generally what they are for shunts. So you shunt, and then from the 12 volt source, if you check the actual 12 volt pins, it goes up to this shunt here. And what you could do is add to that. Now, to make that even better, is what you could do is the actual power side of that. You can scratch away, unmask the actual 12 volt copper pad underneath it. So the copper pad or copper, it's like an area that will be all copper that 12 volt goes to. You can scratch away the masking to that and then add on to that, so that way it has a better 12 volt. But the main one is your ground. You want a really good ground point for everything that you do for 12 volt source. But yeah, this is not the best way. It works just fine though. If you add on extra caps, make sure you got some high voltage caps with low microfarads with one large one, then you're fine. You're fine. You can check out older subs and that from people that have done this, old forums of people doing this kind of method here. Tim from EVGA, that doesn't work for EVGA, haven't worked for EVGA in a while. Tim, he also has done cards this way. It's not like it's a bad way to do it. It's just not the best way to do it. But since if you're modifying the card more, add more caps, more caps to the core, or wherever you're adding on the caps, it will help. It'll help make sure that there's not too much of a high extra voltage spike, basically. And as long as you're using appropriate amount of caps or certain lower microfarad caps for quick response time, it's just fine. Okay, it's just fine. But yeah, best way to do it off the shunt. All right, back to this. Good ground point. Boom, good ground point. That's what we're going to. Now we need to grab. Hopefully I didn't just blab away there too long. Let me trim this end a bit. Go. Put those over there. Add that on. Little bit of flux. Clean the tip. Little bit of solder. And yeah, if you put a cap on the wrong way, it will blow stuff up. Generally not the cap itself. It will blow up like um could blow up a choke, like a small choke. It could blow up a small choke. Um that's generally what I've found from people doing that is that. I haven't really seen other ways that actually blow something up, but they have blown up some small chokes or some voltage regulators, basically. Not voltage regulators can just go anyways, but yeah, cap wrong way, not good. Not good. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna heat up this area because it is again a good ground spot, and a lot of material there, just easier to warm it up, solder it. Then I'll add some flux. Add some solder. Make it easier to solder to. There we go. Enough, warm enough. Diddle do, donkey. Diddle do. Figure out where I put my tweezers. Diddle do, donkey. Diddle do. Oh, maybe not do. Actually, not enough. Not good enough for me. It's on there, but not enough. There we go. Diddle do, donkey. Diddle do. Yeah, we'll just clean up some of the flux before it hardens up on me. And that's pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is test out the resistance on that controller. And one way I can do it, pretty simple here. Did I put the wrong? No, it's 20. Okay, we're gonna check this pin here. Pretty sure I grabbed it on the right pin here. The resistance is reading really high. Oh, it's not showing that. It's showing very high. I'm wondering why. Good. So what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put my tweezers. Drop. Let's move this around over there. Oh, you would not want to. Thank you. And we got solder everywhere. We just attached those two pins together. So let's add some flux and fix that up. There you go. I should desolder. There we go. Clean those up. Actually, just solder those pins together. There we go. There we go. Oh, where is it? There we go. Fixed it up. I'll just leave that solder on there. Or solder flux. I'll leave that flux on there for now. Check this resistance again. Yeah, 0.6. So why is that? Why is the resistance bad? I'm pretty sure I put these the right way. Let's see. What resistance we got for this? Well, that'll do, donkey. That'll do. Because I'm using the wrong one. Using the wrong trim pot. For some reason, I accidentally put on the wrong trim pot. I want a 203. $2 kilo, that makes sense though, why I was doing that. Let's see what we got here. That's way too high. Where's my 203? Yeah, I just had it. This 202 is not the right one. Where's my 203, man? I just had it, and I put on a 202 accidentally. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's pretty easy to get. Especially maybe kind of annoying I did that. Where's my 203? I need a 20 kilo ohm at least. And I have a 2 kilo ohm on there right now. 202, 103, 103, 502, 103. Where are my 203s? 204 is way too much. I mean, I could use a 204, but I mean, that's kind of not what I want. Huh. Maybe I misread it wrong and thought that was 203. I guess I can use a 204. Doesn't hurt. Watch any sports? Nah, man, I don't even watch TV. You can call me weird, it's fine, I don't mind. I don't watch TV, though. It's just too high. I got a 50. 50 will be better than a 200. Eccentric, I guess. Yeah, no, I don't watch TV. I do my own thing. Generally just work on PC hardware, read up on stuff, try to continue my knowledge on stuff I already know, because things get updated all the time, things change. That's why when people ask me questions and I try to answer them, a lot of people think I have a pretty good knowledge base. It's for a reason. You haven't watched TV in 15 years? If you got me, it'll be there. There we go, 503, that'll do. Let's see what we got going on. Yeah, it should be a 50, perfect. Perfect. Yeah, YouTube. YouTube is good, but I mean, I still don't care to watch it. There's a lot of just dumb stuff nowadays, to be honest, man. Like, there is. Just dumb stuff. And a lot of stuff is just drama. I don't care for drama stuff. I honestly don't. I gotta switch this one out. So I used the wrong one. Really thought I put the right one on. Apparently not. Apparently not. Go. That's the wrong pin. Yeah, I mean, I do watch YouTube. I can't say I don't, but I think I use YouTube more for listening to music than anything, to be honest. Just to make sure I am doing that, because I'm doing it backwards. I'm going to make sure. Guarantee. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing the right pin. And we'll restart that back on. There we go. Let's check the resistance on it. So gotta adjust the trim pot, but hey, baby, it's better when you're using a proper trim pot, right? All right, we're good. And we just put this up all the way, which you'll hear clicks on them. And we should be fairly close to that 0.63-ish area. 0.63, 0.64. Should be around that. If it's a little bit lower, that's fine. Perfect, that'll work. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. 0.606-ish. That'll do. So now we got more voltage control on the memory. And I'm gonna clean this up now. Get rid of this flux, because I got a cat, and cat hair loves to stick to flux. Let's clean those up. Such a weird spot, though. It's a weird location. I was really thinking this bad boy was gonna be for memory. It's not. It's for the actual display. All right, make sure everything's good. Go. Everything looks good. All right. Now I'm hoping the memory. This Hynix AFR IC is not known to be that great. So hopefully. So yellow wire for memory, and the black wire here for voltage sense, or the feedback mod almost kind of mod, but it's a voltage mod for the core. So memory, core. Core is already set at 1.2 volts. Memory is basically a little bit higher in stock. So it should be around like 1.6-ish volts right now. Should be. I'm not saying it's going to be. I'm saying it should be. Yeah, that's it. Fairly quickly done. Kind of sloppy job on the soldering job. Kind of sloppy in my opinion. But that's fine. Not bad. It'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. And then whenever I get to looking up the data sheet and that for the V droop the switching frequency for VRM, and lock in all phases. I just have to check the voltages for it, and then I like have this set up in a system. Check the voltages for each of the actual pins for the controller for each of that to see, and then after that I can check the resistance, whatever resistance divider that there is for it, if there is one for it, and then what I can do there is switch out resistors, like little resistors. You just switch those out, and then it'll change the actual voltage, which will change it from whatever that it's going to be. Like I said, they're generally like 1.4, 1.6, 1.8, 2 volts. 2 volts locks it. 1.8 puts it from whatever, how many phases you got, 4 phase to 8 phase, and then it can go on to like a boot sequence, but then you can get rid of that boot sequence just by locking the phases to 2 volt with the resistance divider, and it'll always stay there. That's generally how it works. Does not mean every controller is going to be the same. So I'll have to see that. I just know the controller is good for it. $274. Dang, son. That's pretty good. Not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. $274. 274,000 MIPS. It's a decompression. That decompression is really good. 352,000, 349, like 352,000, right around steady. 350,000 plus on decompression is good. $7,600 CL32. That's a is that the 64 gig kit? $32 gig kit. Ah, okay. Yeah, the probably Hynix A die. Better timings. Frequency and timings is what 7-zip likes, so if it has better timing, it should have better timings automatically. CL32 7600. Man, those things are probably toasty. Those gotta be toasty. I mean, they're fine for basically 70 degrees Celsius, but still toasty. All right, let me set things up. All right. But there you go. That's memory. Voltage memory mod done. Easy enough. Oh. Kind of want to test it, but I don't have a test system set up right now. I mean, I already know it's gonna work. I just checked the resistance on it, and it's already lower, but that's fine. Fairly close to stack. It's already set, so I can just start lowering it. I'm only gonna need like 1.7 to 1.8 volts. Like 1.8 volts when I do chilled, 1.7 ambient. I'll do testing on ambient first because it's not hasn't been that cold here. Like as in to do chilled, like it has been cold here where I am, so I can't really do much chilled. Unfortunately, my goal next year is to build a chiller though. I already have a really good design for it out of an AC unit, and depending on how you actually do it, you can make it work really good. And the way I got it is should be pretty good. That's why doing HVAC work helps a lot. When you do HVAC, you start learning about all that kind of. Anyways, this HVAC work is AC units as well. I did a lot of commercial. Fortunately, I would love to get some of the stuff I've had, like 4-ton units, 4-ton AC units. Uh, those are big. Some places had like 20 of them too. It's like holy moly. How many of these 4-ton units do you need? We need all of them. We need all of them. Yep, 6.9 gigahertz. Yeah. Who was that? Was that Dom? I think that might have been Dom. The Tachyon Ice is a good board. It just got the frequency world record for the Tachyon Ice. From an AI. AI did it. Yeah, 4000 CL26. You don't want to know how much voltage they're on right now. 8000 CL26, you're gonna need probably 1.9, 2.2 volts around there, depending on the kit. It's insane how much. I mean, LN2 help too, but you still need the voltage. You still need it. It depends on the kit, but so I can do CL28 7200 1.6 volts. All the power! Oh yeah, they needed all the power. All the cooling that they can get. And then like marijuana facilities, holy moly, man. The amount of cooling they had in those was insane. Greenhouses, they need a lot of cooling. Like an absurd amount. Like a literal absurd amount. At 6.9 gigahertz on 9950. It's crazy. In 1 minute. Oh yeah. I mean, just a little bit of extra coolness will help. Like keep things cool. It's just be careful with the cool air coming through, because if it's high moisture, it could. If it's too cool, it could. It's not good. Like it can dew up on you, and then drip water somewhere. Which generally on the newer stuff isn't bad. Oh, okay, that's not terrible then. Yeah. Yeah, it'll just be humidity. You just gotta care for all the moisture in the air, that's all. Yeah, there's nothing really more I could do for this card right now. Pretty sure it's supposed to be cool tonight or Monday. I'm not sure. I think it's Sunday or Monday it's supposed to be cool. I might be able to do a chilled run. Oh yeah, well, tonight is still not that cold. Not until early anyways. Tuesday is the cold. Well, Monday's fairly cold. Tuesdays, I mean, it's still not that cold. They're saying it's supposed to get cold here in Canada this year, but I'm not seeing it. I don't see any below -30 at all. We're still in the single digits still. 44. I mean, not terrible. $6 inches? We can get that one night. We can get more than that one night. Yeah, yeah. Yep. I mean, I guess it's been, I mean, last year we got a couple of pretty bad blizzards. Like, you literally, like, clean all the snow off your driveway and sidewalks and that, then you basically have to start again. Uh, yeah, I mean, we've had a few not terrible years, but last year, yeah, last year was. What about Discord? Rating people's PCs? Oh yeah, Blower Style 2060 Super. Wait, is that a single 8-pin? A single 8-pin? It should be an 8+6, I think. Or is it a single 8-pin? Oh, it might be a single 8-pin. No, you gotta message me. My account got hacked. I have a different name. My account got hacked and it's completely deleted now. So I don't know how you're messaging. You gotta look. You'll see there's a new Luger. Yeah. I was wondering why I wasn't getting any messages from you because you generally message me, but if you're in the fucking Discord channel, you would know. There you go. It is a single 8-pin. I mean, it doesn't look bad in the system. How do you find the new channel? There's no new channel. Still the same Discord. Because I had Frosty Fratty. He's a moderator. And then he made me back a moderator. And my account's just done for, so. You don't have to worry about the Discord channel itself. It'll still be up. And you've already been messaging me on my account. So. Luger now. Luger. Same as my Hard Robot account name. No, you don't need to put both driver. One driver can work for both graphics cards, especially since the 20 series is still being updated, so you could still use the same driver. Why would you need to do two different drivers for NVIDIA when NVIDIA drivers support? If you look at NVIDIA, when you go to NVIDIA for drivers, look at all the graphics cards it supports. You'll see that the new drivers support all the way back to 20 series. From 5090 all the way back to the 2020 series. Because they no longer support 10 series, right? Yeah, our the Discord channel is still the same. Nothing's changed. Yeah, some person from Nigeria, but I tracked their backtracked their VP, not from Nigeria, from the States. Someone from the States thinking they're smart. AMD for you know the rest. AMD for life. How's it going, Z? Thanks, Z. I'm back at it. I'll be back streaming like 12 hours a day again. Making videos more. Back at it. We're ready to rock. Hopefully you're doing good. Maybe I should build up a system, put an air cooler on that, and throw in the GTX 460. See if the memory mod worked. I can already tell it worked, but yeah. The future PC business, like, so. Oh yeah, I hear you on that, buddy. So what I heard, I don't know if it's 100% true. What I heard, what I read, was that the Intel Bartlett Lake S is gonna be locked. They're locked CPUs. They're not unlocked. They're not K versions. That's odd. Odd. Which I don't think that's true. And then we got AMD doing their whatever they're doing for their GPUs for RDNA 1 and 2. I don't know what they're doing, what they're trying to say. It's like they say one thing, but then that's not what they really meant, and then it's, oh, I don't know. Yeah, Bartlett Lake S. It's for LGA 1700. So, like your 1200K, 1300K, 1400K. The B770 is nothing new. Yeah. 12 performance core, 12 performance core. I think they did a 12, 10, and 8 performance core CPU only. No E cores. Performance core only. Yeah, I can show you. It's supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out in October, but it kind of got delayed. Where's the newest one? Right here, November 6th. Copy. Copy. Where's my paste? Right there. Hey, work. Paste. There you go. That's over at Overclocked 3D. Oh, 100% agree with you there, Z. If a lot of people know me, I hate AI. I absolutely despise it. And I said this last year. White collar jobs, say goodbye. And guess what? There's already like 20% of white collar jobs taken by AI. 20%. If you're a basic coder, goodbye to your job. If you're a basic, if you do communication, to do like support and that, goodbye. So many white collar jobs because of AI. So many people getting wrong information because of AI. So many people thinking they're smart because they got AI. Oh, 100% agree with that too. And yet, I think AI art is dumb. Oh yeah, I hear you on that. I still think you should try out your 1400K again since your 12900K just started working for it again. It might be a motherboard issue, well, like the actual motherboard or RAM training for the motherboard. Something odd with that, odd behavior. Oh, I agree with that too. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I agree, man. So many things. Oh, I should put a link from someone from Team Australia put a big thing about AI and says someone brings up AI again, I'm gonna break your neck. I'm just like, whoa, whoa, he's not too happy. Yeah, this is how Terminator started the prologue. Yeah, yeah. The 12 core would be a great CPU for gamers, to be honest, in my opinion. Yeah. Basically, not CPU limited at all. Decent frequency on it too, and power is not gonna be high. Well, gaming. If you do like full workload onto it, yeah, the power drop would probably be pretty high because it is P core based. It is P core based. There's nothing yet. Nothing yet. They just got more information about it. It was supposed to come out at the end of October. Was supposed to. I do believe it got delayed till early 2026 for official launch. Early 2026, so January. Again, they've been going through a lot of things, so it kind of makes sense to delay something to make sure they have a lot for launch because there are a lot of people that are going to want this. Yep, just like the Super Series cards, right? The 50 Supers coming out early next year. Yep. And this is the thing. AI, 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 AI. Shut the fuck up with your fucking AI. Like people, if people actually have fucking brains, they would stop buying. Just stop buying. Just stop buying and be like, if you keep putting all this AI, 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 we'll just stop buying. And then they can just be like, oh, well, we don't care about you, blah, blah, blah. We care about data centers more anyways, blah, blah, blah. The data centers care about AI more than general fucking public. Because the AI ready is a 14th gen. 14th gen is an AI CPU. It's AI. There's AI built into it. Oh, I 100% agree. People don't know how to fucking flip a page in a book anymore. They don't know how to fucking read. They just say, oh, what's this do? And then they'll fucking come talk on my page about certain things or try to tell me that I'm wrong on what I just said. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Where the fuck you... Oh, AI. Let me guess. Fucking AI is what fucking told you that. Well, you did not tell AI or appropriately give information for the AI to give you the appropriate information. So it's pulling off specs from spots that are not fucking right. I'm right. AI is fucking wrong. And then guess what? 99.9999% of the time, I'm fucking right. Fucking AI, it's so annoying. And I should actually send the link to the Team Australia. Holy, people think I can get mad about AI and Chat GPT and all this other shit. No, no, that the guy that made a like I don't know a actual fucking story on it, literally fucking hates AI. Like actually hates AI. At least I can say AI can be implemented into some things to make things easier for some way in some way, like I'm saying about AI being or some sort of AI being implemented for verification on hardware bot. And I know that they've already been working on a verification type AI type thing to check for verification. And it's not that hard. You can just, as soon as someone posts something, it it can just look at the actual screenshot and everything that's there for the information that's on the rule page, and it's pretty easy procedure to put into the place. Fuck your AI. AI is just getting it from the internet from somebody else. It's not actually doing it. Try to wow. We're gonna be in debt to AI. We're gonna be in debt to AI. Someone used AI in court as a lawyer. It's fucking wild. I hope he lost. I hope he lost. I hope AI actually like just made sure he got like twice the amount of time that he was going to get. That's wild. Yeah, but I know it's probably gotten better at it, but I've tried it. I've tried it, and I not tried it like on stream. I tried it on stream. I was asked to do it on stream. I've tried. It was not right. I mean, yeah, in some aspects it was doing it right, but it was not right on a lot. So maybe it is getting better or whatever you're using. I think you're using the Chat GPT or whatever. Or I'm not sure which one you're using now. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt it'd be disrespectful to the court because you would technically need a some sort of lawyer, attorney, or whatever to actually take on the case. It has to be a paid thing, or someone actually has to be physically, not some robot. Some person has to represent you. Yeah, again, you like the information that you give the AI, is how it can give you information back, or you have to start over because it's always taken from the exact same whatever you've set asked it before. It can take information from that and apply it to what you've already been your new questions that you're asking, and then it can just make stuff up basically. That's why I don't like it because it's AI is very dumb. It's smart but dumb at the same time. Had a speech impediment. Oh. My mom told me AI was the devil. Oh, that's good. That's good. My mama told me AI was the devil. And the old Adam Sandler movies were the best. That was Waterboy, wasn't it? Then Little Nicky. Man, Little Nicky was a good one too. And that's the thing. That's what I keep trying to tell people. Stop Googling shit. If you Google it and you're reading it off the AI fucking thing, you're a retard. You're an actual like rubber fucking head retard if you're gonna read off of that every single time. Oh, it's just faster to get the wrong information 80% of the time. We're not even saying like the wrong information like 2% of the time, 5%, like 80% of the fucking time. Yeah. Football. Yeah, I knew it was. Yeah, water boy. Ah, good movie. Really good movie. It's just so many like of those actors he's always put into his movies too, or always done acting with those actors as well, which is great. Yeah, no, I actually hate AI, especially the Google AI. People should stop using that. There's all these other pages that you can be reading, actual forums from people that have done this, that have way more knowledge in it than AI, because the AI is going to grab it from a whole bunch of sources and then piece it together, and then that's where you're getting the wrong information. Or it's going to grab it from the most viewed, in which the most viewed is not always the right answer. It's the most fucking viewed. Does not mean it's the right fucking answer. And that's how AI, the Google AI, works. They have updated it, but that's still how it generally bases its answer off of the most viewed. Hey, stand there. You would have to split the screens, not extend screen. Or you could extend the screen. So you can, instead of duplicating it, you're going to extend the screen and you're going to drag your browsing over to the other screen, and then you can use the screen that you're right there, like right in front of you, for gaming. So extendo screeno. Well, that is how. Just that you will lose frames doing that. You automatically lose frames from having two monitors hooked to your GPU. So just saying. This light is having trouble though. Give me 1 minute here. All right. Oh, I should check out the Country Cup, see what placement Canada's right now. Yeah, hardware bot. Yeah, some hardware bot merch would. Yep, should. Extendo screener. And then just to make it easier too, what you could do, like for in-game, instead of having a full screen, because sometimes full screen, what would happen when you do that is if you move the mouse all the way over to one side, it might go to the next screen. Okay? What you can do is set your game to be full screen window mode, and that will make sure it stays on that until you tab out, and then you can. Because some games, it's only some games where if you have full screen mode and you move the mouse all the way over one way, it might switch over to the next screen, which can be annoying. Yeah, doing all right. Should be able to make it to the end of the month, hopefully. £20 and 20s? £20 and 20s? I would love £20 and 20s. How much would that be? It's just wild. At the end of last month, like prices of groceries went up again. Like I said, like it's actually wild. Hamburger you can generally get for $5 now, like $8. It's like no, I know what you said. I'm not even saying anything on that, man. I'll just tell you, go fuck yourself. Fuck AI. Fuck you. Fuck AI. Yeah, nah. It probably could. Probably could, but nah. What? This Reddit. Concrete underwear? uh, so who cares if a GPU is rare and French fries? This isn't related to overclocking. Uh, character Ocelot 627. If you're an actual overclocker, you know how iconic these GPUs are. Hush, noob. And then concrete underwear again. This name is wild. All right, so I guess I will just grab any GPU and take it with me to Photoshop with random objects and call it an overclocking post. What a joke! is is that what you want this sub to be about? Are you trying to discourage me from participating in the sub? You know that this goes against the TOs. Like wild. Concrete underwear. His name. Character Ocelot. All right, take her easy there, man. Copy pasta level content. Yeah. I mean, I guess Galax sponsor me just randomly in like a piece of paper. A piece of paper in with his GPUs. Galax, please sponsor me. That's awesome. I need to get more older GPUs. They're just fun. I mean, they're not worth points, but who cares? They're fun. They're fun to bench. I like older hardware. I mean, newer hardware, yeah, you get the good points for them, but they're not fun by any means. Wild. I gotta check out though. I need to check out Hardware Bot, and I need to check out the competition here. Where are we right now? We are in 8th place. 8th place. We got Procon now into it. Feltingham, Triox, SGI, Pabs, Hilderman. Noise. We got more people. Let's go. Let's see. I'm hoping one of them can beat my 3070 Ti. I mean, I did stock. It's a stock run of CPU and that. If need be, I'll rerun my 3070 Ti with a hard overclock on CPU and the GPU. Try to do like 120,000 and whatnot, which would outbeat some 5090 scores. Or 4090, I should say. 4090, not 5090. For Skydiver. Then, what else did they sub in? Did anyone do Cloud Gate? No one's done Cloud Gate yet? Oh, that's rough. Port Royal. None of us have done Port Royal either. Union Heaven. Oh, we got sub for Union Heaven. Dual 90s, 960s. Nice, right? That's for SLI, I believe it's supposed to be. If I remember correctly on that, yeah. Nope, just with 9070, 9060. Okay. If I had one, I would, because I'd modify the crap out of it. I don't even... The screen MMR, I can't even see your GPU. It's still... It's a gown. 2,762. It's pretty good, though. Not bad, man. Not bad. Poland in first. What are their 9060 doing? 2,275. So MMR's got a good score. 2,700. Very nice, man. Very nice. Should actually show what I'm looking at here. Just give me a second. Very nice. My phone is going wild. Meow. Alright. So is a hard robot. Then my MMR score here did good. 2,762. Good score. He did good. He did good. Now we need a 9050 and 9070. Skydiver, right now we're second place. If I rerun it right now, I can probably get us up into first place. All I need to do is just redo with the 3070 Ti. Get up around 120,000. It would put us in first place. I'm not bothering to do it right now. There's no point. Yeah, I should be able to match this 3090 though. Or higher. Match or I'll go higher. And this 3090 is just... I'm not even sure what they used for CPU. Oh, yeah, there's their downfall. That's their downfall. So, Skydiver, if you had like a 285K and can overclock the snot of it, you would actually get better score than a 14900K. What else we got? Intel CPU. I'm hoping someone's beat my DDR3. No. I gotta redo it. See if I can do 3000 still. I gotta redo it. That 2647 or whatever it was. Not very good. Hilderman did good though. 9,000. 9,000 megatransfer per second, 4,500 megahertz. Not bad, man. And pi fast. I might just throw in some subs with some CPUs. 9 seconds and 90 milliseconds. Dude, he redid it. 6.5, dog. 6.5, dog. Let's go. Oh, Hilderman, you can definitely do better than that. You could do sub 9. You could do 8 seconds. That's good. 6.5, dog. Let's go. You read it. You redid it. Let's go. Geekbench 3. What have we done? Oh, yeah. Gauze. 57,692. Nice. Very nice. Oop. What do you want, Nugget? 2-core CPU. I might just do the i3 2120 right now. Rerun it. Chilled. And just throw a score in. Since none of us have. I can do around 13,000. It's not going to be great. E5700. That's pretty good. DDR2, isn't it? Nah. Yeah, it is DDR2. CL5. I mean, I could. I guess I could do it. I could throw in the E5400. What Pentium do I have? Is it 4-core? Or is it a 2-core? Actually, that's what I could do too. Because tomorrow I'm probably going to do X58. Probably. I said probably. We'll see. What do we got for scores here? Single stage. Chilled water. Dang, nice. Nice. Good run. It's a pretty good run. 35 seconds. Impressive as well. Yeah, 64 gigs. Just a 1B though. I mean, it's not like you need that amount. 32 would be plenty. So you just went all ham with 64. What would they? Then what else do they do? Oh. Who did AMD CPU? No one. What? No one in Canada? Or we just laugh? Oh, it's 13th. What do we do? Stage 5. 404. 404. Nice. An AMD GPU. Stage 1. The Triok score. Vega 64. Oh, nice. Sexy. Sexy. Do single stage with 12900K. 5.6. 5.6, dog. Such a toasty CPU when you're around 5.5. 5.5 and 5.6 is toasty. Nice score. But why did he do with a 12900K? I don't think it's limited, is it? For stage 1? No, it's just that GPU. 6456 and our R9 Fury and R9 Fury X. Maybe just had it in the system or wanted to do some benching with it. $5.6 though on 12900K for a single stage. Still toasty, okay? Still toasty. Score is good too, 34,000 for physics. Just shows that the 12900K is still good. It is. 12900K is good for some scores. For some benches. Nice. Raven Ridge, Picard, and Hawaii. Time Spy. 3 scores. Division per GPU for AMD GPUs. What do they got going on for AMD GPUs? A 280X. And then 7970. Dual core. Legahoff's dual core. Dual core. Yeah, he knows how to do it proper. Cause Legahoff. Nice GPU. Nice. Nice. Very nice. Such a nice card. Like, they just, I don't know, I like them, okay? I like the way they look. I like that it's a dual core. Although the power, the amount of power they use is a little wild. They can use some juice, let's just say that. What else they got over here? No nugget. Single or crossfire, so it doesn't matter. It just has to have GDDR5 for stage 2. Ooh, Belgium got Mogers. For 03, it's CPU, so it really don't matter. As long as someone has like a 1300K, 1400K, just crank out 4 performance cores. Technically, is all you need. Yeah, 4 performance cores, and just run it on LN2, and then you basically won. Doesn't matter about GPU. Like, overclock on the GPU. Oh, the 1.2, almost 1.2 gigs, pretty good. Pretty good still. Yeah. Just crank up CPU frequency on 4 cores. Even 3 cores, but 4 cores just to make sure. For 03. And then 01, just 3 cores. Same thing with Aquamark. 05. You kind of want 6 cores. And then 06 you want 8 cores. Very nice, so. Very nice. So Poland's first. They're saying... Where are they? Oh, I went past them. France. They're saying France is going to win. And then some people are saying Australia. Where are they, Team Australia? Whoop. They're not even doing anything right now. They're not even posting anything. They're like, we'll wait. We'll wait and see what they're doing. Team Australia is going to be like all the way from back there, all the way up first place in just one day. Guarantee. I've only posted some basically dummy scores just to post them. They're not even close to final. And I'm hoping everyone else, like Procon, Felty should be able to beat some of mine because he has a lot of hardware. Hilderman, I was going to do lower on PyFast, so I'm glad he redid it because I won't be able to do that frequency unless it gets really cold here, and I don't expect it being cold here to do 6.5 on my system. And then with my custom Windows 10 OS, I would be able to do probably around 9 seconds as well. So I guess I don't have to worry about that one anymore. I'm just hoping someone has a 3090 that's gonna run a 3090 and for NVIDIA graphics, and then I'm hoping MMR, because MMR has some pretty good DDR3 subs, let's say that. So if we go and we look at his hardware library, and his... Oh wait, wrong one. There it is. This one. He's got some good frequency. Where is it? Is that this one? That's CPU frequency. Yeah, 1866. He has some good... I know he can do higher on frequency. Oh, I wonder what X is going to do. I wonder what X is going to do. Why does he have a sturgeon on there? All right. All right, though. I think I might end the stream here so that way I can be up early to do a nice long stream tomorrow. And then hopefully fix that light because it just wants to keep cutting out on me. Yeah, we'll probably end the stream here and I'll do a little bit of testing, see what the memory is doing now, or see what we can do with the memory. So if anyone's there, I am going to be ending this stream here. Just a bit of a shorter stream, but it is what it is. I don't know if anyone's just joining on or whatnot, but gonna be ending the stream here. I'll be back on tomorrow morning. Gonna have a nice long stream tomorrow, and yeah, we're gonna be back at the long live streams every single day for as long as I can. All right, so hope everyone has a good night. And we'll talk later. So again, thank you to all my viewers, subscribers, and donators. Again, thank you very much, you guys. That's it for this one here. I'll be back on tomorrow, and yeah, we'll get her done. So, as always, don't forget to get her done. Peace.